Okay, sorry I have to do this as a recording and not a live. Facebook does not like me doing lives apparently in my group. So we're going to talk about stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety is something that we all have. We can have good stress, we can have bad stress, but the big thing is most people, when I ask them as clients, what are you doing for your stress? Most people look at me like, I don't know. There are some acceptable answers. Those answers that give you something that you're focused on doing for your stress every single day is an acceptable answer. When you have nothing in action that you do every single day, that is not acceptable, because the truth is you have stress every single day. Every single day, and your body needs to recharge every day. When we are overstressed, it means that our cup is overfilling with things that are not serving us, and we're not recharging ourselves. The average person does not fully recharge at all. And the crazy thing is we wonder why we just feel like we're exhausted. We wonder why we just feel like, our systems don't feel the best. We have brain fog. We can't keep it together the way we want to. And we're just constantly just going, but you're not making time for yourself. This is the thing is one, you can't serve others doing your job, your lifestyle, anything, the way you deserve to serve others if you're not taking care of yourself first. We have to eliminate that mindset, that idea, that perspective that is selfish. When in reality, the number one thing you should be doing for your success of your health and your life and your happiness is to provide for yourself first. So these are my tips for you. I'm going to do some tips that are easy that anybody can do, and then some other tips that I know that are really effective. So me personally, stress and anxiety has been something that has always affected me. I was an insomniac my whole life. I actually have some anxiety disorders, and I've also had depression and other things that have been really hard. OCD, I'm dyslexic, and those things are all anxiety disorders. And the beautiful thing about that is, and something that I know is not as common, but as a holistic practitioner, a life coach, and somebody that has rewired these things, they are habits, they are things that are going on in your body, but there is no dead end to anything that is going on in your body. You can always do something better. You can always feel better. And you have to remember that is always going to be in your mind. That concept starts here and radiates through the rest of your body. If you don't believe you can be better, if you don't believe your anxiety can go down, if you don't believe you can take time for yourself every single day to recharge yourself, even if it's 30 seconds, if you don't believe that time is even going to be there, it's not going to come, and you're not going to make time for it, and it's not going to be as effective. So I just ask you to just sit here, just right now, close your eyes. Take a big deep breath in, which is bringing in light and happiness and love, and a deep breath out and blowing out the stuff that is not good for you. And I want you to sit here with me and just count 7 in, 7 out, and try your best to do that. If you need to do 5 in, 5 out, you can. And just close your eyes and just be present with yourself. 5 in, 5 out. And do it 3 times. And you should be breathing from here, not here. Guess what you just did? You just refilled your cup. So this is the amazing and beautiful thing about your body. We react to our habits. We react to our mindset, and we react to basically a law of attraction. So if you know and understand that just taking, not even 30 seconds, say 3 times a day, and just do that, close your eyes, be present with yourself, and only focus on that breathe in, breathe out, positive energy in, positive energy out, just releasing those things and filling in a positive way. That is a form of meditation. It's a form of self-care, and it's a form of recharging yourself. We overthink what recharging your body is. If you do that 3 times a day, I guarantee that you might crave doing it more. And the beautiful thing is, if you do it 3 times a day, you might automatically do it without even thinking. And that is the beautiful thing. And then you can expand into more things. You can expand more into meditation or yoga or just time for yourself and being present. But the crazy thing is filling your cup doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be elaborate. But the average person, you just need a second with yourself. That's all your body and your mind wants, and that's all it needs. So I want to shift that perspective of what filling the cup is. And have you understand that. And I want to challenge you to do that 3 times a day. I want you to do it first thing when you wake up. First thing when you wake up, you're not touching your phone. I want you to do it sometime during the day, and I want you to do it before you go to bed. And I like to apply oils before I do that. So what I'll do is I'll take an oil like White Angelica or Valor, Divana, which is really nice for intuition and meditation. And I just go like this. And I'll do those breathings this way. I use Young Living. I love Young Living because it activates positive in your brain, and then it radiates that through your cells and out through your energy. And it's imprinting that emotion into smell, which is how your brain stores memories, is through first smell and then emotions and action. So you're adding multiple different layers of filling your cup. So now instead of just gracefully filling your cup, I've magnified it into like really filling your cup. Your cup can get bigger. And that's the thing that we don't understand about stress. Your cup is the size that you allow it to be. Think about that. Your cup is the size that you allow it to be. So if you're only giving yourself so much time to have a cup, because this is our life, this is our happiness, this is our reflections, this is our abilities, this is our purpose, all those things. But if you don't give time for yourself, your cup's going to be smaller, and it's going to be harder to keep that full because it's going to overfill so fast. Because it's just naturally going to do that. But the more time you take for yourself, the bigger that cup gets, and the more it can fill up and stay filled up, or not get so overflowed with the bad stuff so fast that you actually don't have to practice things as much, and it just comes easier. The more you focus on positive energy, working on your stress and not just accepting it and avoiding it, the more you attract less stress, more space for happiness, more space for joy. And that goes into your mindset. If you're kind of like, oh, I don't have time, you're putting that energy out into the world. You're putting it out there. I don't have time, so I'm not going to receive time. So your body and your mind isn't going to give you time. So remember that. So this is my next tip for stress and anxiety, is when you have a negative thought, negative self-talk, negative just approach, negative thought process, you say cancel that. All your habits, which are emotional, everything that you say, everything that you think is words, and it goes into the energy of you and beliefs into who you are and the energy that you're putting out there that you're going to receive. So when you think something, it's in your conscious mind, but you think it, then it goes to your subconscious mind and it stores in a habit pool of like that tendency. So if you think, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. Then you say, cancel that. It doesn't bring it back here, and you delete it. So the more you delete those negative thoughts, the less you have charges and synapses to those negative thoughts in your mind, and it's less likely to happen. This is a big example, is just negative self-talk. Your body hears that, it believes it. Let's stop charging it. Cancel that. It takes time, but you'll start to notice, I'm not thinking like that anymore. It's not as good, but just remember, like, the law of attraction. Every single thing that you say and you think plants a seed for something. So really be careful what you're planning. And if you don't believe in those things, try it for a month straight. Your life will be way better than it was in the beginning of the month. Even if you think your life was good, it'll be even better. So Anxiety and stress is part of a mindset. Yes, it can be structurally, but it's also habitual. So if you've been habitually like this, you have to delete those patterns, and that's where that cancel it comes in. You also have to realize that just taking 3 deep breaths every single day is something that helps you. I'm going to teach you an anxiety point. So these are your ribs. So this is your diaphragm. That's the middle of your ribs where they connect. I want you to go about 2 inches down, one rib and one rib. And I want you to just push here and then just breathe. So pushing, it's a pressure point. And it's really helpful if you take an oil like Valor, Acceptance, White Angelica, put it on each finger, put it on your skin, and just breathe those breaths. What that's going to do is this is actually your anxiety points. Your anxiety points, so it's actually going to help your body and tell your mind and your nervous system and your energetic self that you are safe. You are safe, you are confident, and you are balanced, and that the anxiety melts. It's really, really good. If you're somebody that gets really angry really easily, you take your thumb and your pointing finger on your right hand and you squeeze that bone that your pinky's on in the middle of it. And that's for anger and frustration. So you can just sit there and again, breathe it out. And that will help release the anger, the tension, the impatience, etc. Teach your body to release the stress instead of elevate it. And when you're feeling really stressed, when you're feeling really overwhelmed, you can sit there and be like, you know what? I'm safe. I am safe. I am confident. I have this. I'm good. And that allows your body to stop going into fight or flight, because that's usually what we're doing when our anxiety is really high. Another thing too is if you find that you're dropping things, you're late with things, you're not remembering things as much, your mind feels really mushy, you might not be grounded. And whether or not you're energetically imbalanced with being grounded or not, but grounded is when your whole energy goes down to center and it comes down and everything is collected. So when you are not grounded, I like to think of it as like it's chaos. Like you just feel like stuff's going all over the place and your mind is just everywhere and you just can't center yourself. So I sit there, I close my eyes, and I visualize tree roots going down through my head, down through my eyes, down through my mouth, down through my throat, down my shoulders, and out my hands, out my fingertips, and then going down through my chest, my core, my hips, my legs, my feet, and down into my feet, and it's going to burrow down into Mother Earth, and you can just sit there and have that clear channel. I love to ground myself with frankincense. I love to put it on my shoulders. We do have an oil that's called grounding also, but a real cool test to see if you're grounded. Do that, but do it standing up. You will feel strong. Like you'll feel like strong like a tree, and that's really a neat experience. But if you're super intuitive, you can just feel that the strength is going down, and that's collecting all your energy, because people's energy pull our energy. Situations pull our energy. We have connections to past things. We have connections to future things. We have connections to present things. And our energy is constantly just going everywhere, even though we may not be realizing it. Your subconscious mind is playing all these different timelines, all these different ideas, all these different things and scenarios. And your mind and your body's going everywhere. So keeping grounded just allows your body to be like, all right, let's keep balance. And it does that for you in such a beautiful way. So something that I want to tie in. So there is a lot of avenues for stress relief. There is working out. There is yoga. There's going for walks. Being outside is phenomenal. It's very grounding. Doing the grounding technique, doing the breathing technique, laying in bed and meditating. A lot of people are like, well, I can't meditate. I cannot meditate. You can turn on meditations and go to sleep. Your brain is still meditating. It still helps you. Prayer is extremely meditative. Manifesting is meditative. Journaling is meditative. Just taking time by yourself and just having gratitude and being thankful and thinking of things that you're grateful for is self-care. Going shopping, retail therapy, eating these things, blah, blah, blah. Those things are good for stress relief, but you also want to have something that you're not relying on anything else but yourself. So self-care always has to be within yourself, and typically we want to be able to do it anywhere. You can tap out if you have to go sit in your car or find a place that just where you just tap out and just breathe. I urge you to find a place in your daily routine that you can call your sacred space. This is a space where you can have at least 1 minute of complete quiet, no distractions, usually in the car, right? Where you can sit there and do your breathing, and you just feel just secure within yourself. If you're somebody that's not really used to self-care, you can go ahead and hug yourself and just sit there and breathe. Because what we're doing is we're allowing ourselves to know that we can fulfill our needs. And a lot of the stressors that we have in life is relying on somebody else when it needs to start here. And that's where the cup gets really overfull. Either people are relying on you or you're relying on others to help you when we need to work here first. The stronger relationship you have with yourself, the stronger you can be for other people. And the big part about this whole anxiety and stress thing is that you need to understand that it starts with you and it ends with you. People are important. People impact us. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, but you are the healer right here. Something that I really like to do is the feelings kit. So Young Living has a kit, and I actually don't have it on me, but I have the oils all over the place. And it's present time. Present time is an oil that literally puts you in the moment. A lot of people live in the past, or a lot of people live in, the future and just aren't present today. And it helps you to be present for today. Forgiveness, you're forgiving the things that you need to forgive and let go of, and you just put that on your heart. You can put present time on your forehead. Inner child, you can put that over your heart, and that activates that inner you that just has fun and has less judgments and is not kind of like naive in the world and just content and happy and present. And that's really where we should be. And that laughter and that giggle and the happy you. When I started using the feelings kit, when I first went through the whole kit, it's a kit, and you do it for 30 days straight. And I started to want to dance again, just dance and have dance parties with my kids. And I also started to wear hats again and liking like different vibrant colors. It was a really cool awareness that it was something so simple. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. It has Valor in it, which is for courage, confidence, and emotional balance, that's the foundation of anxiety, is not having that for yourself. And it doesn't matter what age it is. If you don't have confidence in something that's happening or yourself or your decision, your anxiety is going to start. What else is in there? Release, and I like to put that over my liver because it's going to release the stuff that's not good. What else is there? There's a couple more and I'm forgetting them, but it's called the Feelings Kit, and it is so good, and you just use it every single day for 30 days, and it will change you. It allows you to let go of blocks, open things up, have awareness for today, and just have gratitude. It's absolutely beautiful. And the beautiful thing is, like, using oils to manage stress sounds like a gimmick, but it's not, because it activates those memories and those emotions in your brain, which activates that synapses to that beautiful habit versus a negative habit. And, take it from somebody that sometimes didn't know how to handle their stress and didn't know how to heal, or to move forward, or how to actually rationalize or have a different perspective. That can make it even harder. And the oils helped me to release those blocks, so then I could start being aware, so that I could start opening my intuition, so I could start actually wanting to help myself and wanting to love myself, because that was my hardest boundary, is actually being like, well, I have to love this. Can I just love that, and that is the most beautiful thing. The self-awareness that you are you, and you can take care of yourself in simple ways is a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful thing. It's so amazing. There's a book that I really like. It's called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. It's by Carolyn Mean. This is a beautiful one. This is actually where I learn those pressure points, but she gives you positive affirmations and statements. So for example, if you have brain fog, you can say, I come together, and use brain power or genius, and then she tells you where to apply it, which is really cool. If you can't, I accept all that I am. You could say, I accept all that I am, I accept all that I am, I can do this, I accept all that I am. You continue to say it over and over again. And the oil for that is transformation. And that one actually is stimulated by viruses, which is really interesting. This book is really cool. So, Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. So some of my favorite oils that are game changers, I did the Valor. Transformation is huge, especially if you want to release blocks. That Feelings Kit is a necessary one. Now, the oils don't expire, so using them is only a benefit because you can just go to them whenever you want to. But I honestly use the Feelings Kit ones every single day. Frankincense is extremely grounding. The grounding one is really good. I like Acceptance, because if you're somebody that needs to be able to accept what is and accept things you cannot control, that's a really good one. If you're somebody that really struggles with, those liver releases, the anger, the frustration, the resentment, Juvaflex. Juvaflex over the liver, which is on the right side, every single day will help you to move forward from those. And pairing that in present time would be a beautiful thing. In forgiveness, amazing. And what else? Stress Away. Stress Away is an easy one. That one comes in the starter kit. It's just Stress Away. Put it on every single day. I start my day with an oil. And I halfway through the day I put an oil on, and at nighttime I put the oils on, and that changes my mood. It improves my health of my body overall. It improves my intuition, and this is the crazy thing. If you're not really into intuition, it's basically your inner voice, right? Your inner voice knows everything that you need. It knows your purpose, your path, your beliefs, and everything that you should be doing. When you're ignoring yourself and not focusing on your stressors every day, that intuition gets quieter. And then your body actually will have more anxiety because your body knows it's not listening to itself. So if you want to really improve your intuition, do things like the oiling, but an intuition point is right here. If you just take your fingers and you just go like this, that's actually intuition. If it hurts, that means you're ignoring some parts of your body too. And you could do that every single day, and just with intentions like, I am strong, I am safe, I am capable, and imprinting those affirmations. The affirmations are so powerful. My last oil that I really want to talk about is White Angelica. White Angelica for me has gotten rid of negative emotions, negative thoughts, and fears and worries. It's helping with PTSD. It's helping with postpartum, which I never knew could really be as bad as it was. And just helps me to, it's taken me out of panic attacks, and it's really allowed me to balance. So I'll put White Angelica on every single day. But if I feel like I'm being negative, or I just feel scared or nervous, I just put that on, and it's just amazing. We also have a Calm CBD roller, which is really nice. You just put that on because it really naturally calms you. Now, anxiety and stress, yes, emotional, and it can be so many different parts of your life. It can be your past, your present. It can be, how you handle things, how your family handle things. But this is the foundation that really gets you. If someone comes in with me for an appointment and they have high anxiety, I'm always going to find something off with their gut. So that's specifically, this is digestion, okay? When I talk about gut, I talk about this. This is your small intestine, this is your large intestine, this is your liver. If your gut is off, your anxiety will be higher. If your gut is off, your anxiety and stress will actually make it worse. So that's where we get into, the diagnosis of like chronic inflammation, mucus, aches and pains, backaches, lung issues, digestive issues, which you already kind of can figure out, hair strength, brain fog, headaches, nutritional deficiencies, food allergies, what else? Skin issues. There's just so many things. And then you get into hormone issues. So a chronic acidic body will eventually lead to hormone issues, because your hormones will be overstimulated because all the nervous system is too acidic, and eventually it'll fry them. So if you have a thyroid issue, if you have sleep issue, which is your pineal gland up here, if you have an issue with not being able to stop eating, that's actually a gland up in your brain. There's a lot of things that go with that, but that actually tells me that your hormones are fried because you're too acidic. And there can be other things that affect those systems, but I'm talking about like the foundation of why it got weak. We'll get a bacteria or a parasite, or maybe there's a DNA factor, but something has to activate that. And that is almost always gut issues, especially if you have high stress and especially if you have anxiety. So I use a product called Alkaline. Alkaline is a powder, and I put it in my water, and I put it in my water every single day, and it balances the pH of this so it's not too acidic. If I'm having a super stressful day, I'll make sure I use alkaline. If I ate really bad, I'll make sure I use alkaline because it balances that pH so you're not in that high active stress stage that's going to actually make your nervous system fry even more, and then higher your stress, make your anxiety worse, and just cause a lot of strain on your organs. The crazy thing is like the food that we eat, your body spends the entire day digesting, because the average person right now isn't even eating well and coming against, chemicals and toxins, preservatives, fake food, plus those foods that make your body more acidic, the caffeine, the sugars, the dyes, the processed food. So your body's spending all day long trying to break these things down and work on it, and it's not spending time recharging itself and relaxing. Plus your stress of your go, those toxic energies, relationships, whatever those are, your job, those things are causing your stress more. So your body's literally not recharging. So then we go to sleep, and your body has to detox and cleanse the best it can, which is going to detox it and cleanse its digestive tract and its liver, its kidneys, bladder, and lungs. And then it wakes up again. And if you haven't still digested your food right, you're just going to keep on rolling it into the next day. So what you eat impacts the level of stress in your body, and what you eat impacts the level of anxiety in your body. So, you don't have to go crazy, but be mindful. The alkaline makes a huge impact. I like using Ninja Red, which is statistically proven to lower your stress by 23%. And that is really helpful because it also is proven to help you to actually sleep better. So, and that gives you more time to recharge and detox. And so that is something simple. It gives you vitamins and minerals that your body needs, and that is helpful because not everybody is eating the right things. So if you can drink that every single morning, that is key, and it's going to help you. The 23% lower stress is not only emotional and mental stress, it's also physical body stress. So you drink that for 90 days. And I also suggest just eating better. So would people, eating's emotional. It is emotional, right? So this is what I talk to my clients. Try one day eating really, really well, and then the next day eat what you want to. The next day after that, eat really well, and then alternate it. You'll notice that you sleep better the days that you eat better, and you wake up healthier and feeling more energized the next morning. And then the nights that you eat bad, those nights you're not going to sleep as well. You're going to feel more bogged down, and you're just not going to feel as good, and you're going to wake up the next morning more stressed and just tired, and you'll start to notice that trend of like better food / worse food, and you're going to start craving that better you. So, just like with the habit pool, with the canceling the negative thoughts, you have to show your body sometimes, because we get so far thick into like the chaos that our body forgets what it feels like to feel really good. Our mind forgets how easy it is to actually feel good. And we have to connect those two and do those efforts. But it doesn't have to be all or nothing, because that's not sustainable. Just try those every others. And try that and just keep with that. And maybe you can do more, maybe that's too much, maybe you could do it twice a week, but be consistent, because you're going to notice. And if you can journal how you feel the days versus the days that you don't, especially if you struggle with eating habits, it will really help you mentally to know, okay, well, this did not make me feel the best. When I'm eating foods that are not the best for me, I like to take a supplement called Detoxazyme, because it just takes out the stuff that your body didn't digest for the day, and just helps to remove it. So that's really helpful. You can also put on an oil called Digize on your stomach. I like Digize at nighttime because I put it on clockwise on my stomach, and it helps you to digest what's left in your digestive tract, but it also helps you to digest your emotions and what you took on mentally and emotionally for that day, which is really neat. So the reflections on your stress and anxiety is one, it's in your hands. It's 100% in your hands. So you need to know that. And you need to stop stressing about like, it takes this much to work on it. Every single day you should be working on things for yourself. Every single day you should be taking 30 seconds at a time, a couple times a day, to work on yourself and to take time for yourself. It's a non-negotiable. And once you start imprinting that into your life, you're going to notice that it's easier to make non-negotiable for things that really do feel good. The problem is we ignore ourselves for so long that we lose ourselves, and we lose the concept that we are the ones that have to work and heal on ourselves, not other people. And that should never get lost, because that is the foundation of our health. We are meant to heal. We are meant to evolve. We are meant to improve. If we didn't, we wouldn't be making 1,500 new cells every single minute, every single day. If we were meant to falter and regress, why would our body be making that until we die? So you always can improve. You always can change. And the crazy and the most amazing and beautiful thing is every single part about your mind and your body and what's happening around you, you control in your mind. So if you believe you can be healthy, stress-free, and take time for yourself every single day, you can do that. If you believe it's nonsense and it's not going to work, that's what your body's going to attract. But think about it. Do you want to have more of a peace of mind, a healthier body, and time to reflect for yourself every single day so you can not only be better for yourself, but the people around you, for your jobs, etc.? Or do you want to feel like you're constantly in chaos all the time? Which part of your body is really going to be sustainable? This one is the one that we usually pick, the chaos one, but sustainability, you're going to crash and you're going to burn that way. And you always have those huge, massive dips. Got to bring yourself back up and then keep on going. But instead, you could be somebody that's more of like a basic, where it's not extreme high, not extreme lows, where you're just constantly adjusting, but in a healthier way. And, you think about it, everything we do is habitual. So do you want to habitually be this chaotic person, or do you habitually want to be this person that's mindful and aware and is allowing itself to have space to think and reflect on what you need every day? Which one do you want? And that's the choice that you get to make. So diet, mindset, actions, every single day, those are non-negotiable. The last one is things that are not serving you. When your cup is really full and you're really anxious and you're totally stressed all the time, you have to sit down, and not everybody likes to make lists, but you have to sit down and make a list of all the things that you have going on. And then you need to cross out the things that, or rank them, what's most important to least important. And circle, because we love satisfaction, right? Circle the things that you should be focusing on, and maybe cross out the things that you don't, that are not serving you. You can pick out the negatives that you were like, what, I really don't want this right now, and just cross it out. You can also cross out the things, or circle, or highlight, because highlight's positive, right? Highlight things after you complete them, or after you've processed them, or after you've done that task, so that you have self-satisfaction. Lists, even if you don't go back to it after the first time, it helps your brain to understand that you have a task and that you're sorting something out. That's why it's so effective. And having those little fun things with the circling and the colors and stuff, it gives you so much satisfaction. That's why it's really helpful, especially if you're like, I don't know where to start. Every single day, write 2 things that are going to be positive for you, and 1 thing that maybe you could avoid that you might be putting time into, and something that really stresses you out, and then start keeping track of those things. If the stressors continue to be the same over and over and over again, you got to identify, why is this being a stressor? What's going on with this? What can I do to adjust this? Because these are the things that are common. And the more you track things, that's why journaling is so awesome. The more you track things, the more you have that awareness. When you aren't paying attention enough to make lists or to be reflective, which is what a list is, then it's hard for you to figure out what you really need. And that's the funny thing is that we, again, have control of what we need. We have control of what can help us. We have control of what can impact us if we just take the second to just do it and work on it, or just identify it. Then your brain's processing it. If you made 1 list every single week for 5 years, your brain would automatically start making that list without you even realizing it. And you would start figuring out what things are the things that are not serving you, what things are the things that are serving you. You would automatically start doing it. So it wouldn't be 5 years, it'd be 21 days, because it takes 21 days for your brain to make a habit. So I hope this stuff was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions, and, just be reflective and just be proud that you are the solution, and you are the option. You are the one that contains the belief. You are the one that gets attract, and you're the one that's in control of what's going on for you. And that is something to be very grateful for. And whenever things go really well, last tip of the day, always say thank you. if you have a great conversation in, the grocery store, sit there and just be like, thank you, that was so nice. If something really nice happens to you, sit there and say thank you. The more you praise and you appreciate the things that are happening right now, the more space you have for those things to come to you. When you can't even appreciate the things that are small and simple and impact your day and be reflected on that, you're not going to receive bigger ones and better ones. Your body and energy is going to be like, well, she doesn't even care about this. Something that most people forget to do that I do every single day, and I didn't used to, and it felt weird at first, was appreciating your body. At nighttime, I give myself a hug and I say, thank you for serving me. Thank you for working for me. Did you ever think about the fact that your body literally shows up for you every second of the day? Like, it never stops. If you want to talk about somebody that's stressed, your body does not stop ever. You're born, when you're created, all the way till when you die, your body's actually still working after you, for a little bit. But so every single day, just take a minute and just say thank you to yourself, because your body hears that. And if you don't do that, it doesn't feel as appreciated, and it's not going to work as well for you. So personal reflection, self-care goes into all those parts, including being appreciative for that working body for you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.